Welcome, everyone, to today's deep dive. I'm really glad you could join us. Today, our mission is to unpack this incredibly intriguing set of articles and blog posts titled, "The Resume is Dead. Your Digital Twin is Getting Hired."
Yeah, and it's written by an author who has over 2 decades of experience in enterprise tech commercialization. So, someone who really sees the mechanics of how hiring actually functions in the real world.
Exactly. And the goal for this deep dive is to really explore why the traditional way you apply for jobs is just, well, it's completely breaking down, and how this radical new concept might totally change how we manage our careers.
It's a huge shift, probably the biggest shift in human resources in a century.
Right. And to start, I want you to picture this. You've spent, I don't know, 3 hours staring at a computer screen, tweaking bullet points on a 1 or 2 page PDF.
Oh yeah, we've all been there. The font sizes, the margins.
Yes. You're agonizing over the perfect action verbs. You export it, you take a deep breath, and then you just sort of upload it into the absolute void of an applicant tracking system, an
Yes.
ATS. Just, crossing your fingers.
Hoping an algorithm actually likes your formatting.
Right, exactly. And it's exhausting. But lately, it just feels totally futile. Okay, let's unpack this, because understanding why this is happening is so important.
Well, it feels futile because it is. I mean, the underlying architecture of that whole interaction is just fundamentally broken for the era we're actually in.
How so?
So that PDF system, it worked great when careers evolved slowly. Decades ago, you learned a skill, you got a job, and the requirements of that job stayed pretty static for like 10 or 15 years.
Right, linear progression.
Exactly. But today, we're in this hyper-accelerated AI-driven economy. Technologies change quarter by quarter. New jobs are popping up before colleges can even write a syllabus for them. So relying on a static, locked document for that, it's just a systemic mismatch.
Yeah, and that mismatch, the traditional resume is engineered to answer one specific question, right? What have you done?
Yes, it's a historical ledger.
But employers today, they aren't trying to hire your past. They're asking, what can you do today? What can you learn tomorrow? How quickly do you adapt? And, how close are you to becoming productive?
And those answers just do not fit in the margins of a PDF. I mean, think about a software engineer who, maybe in the last 6 months, aggressively upskilled in generative AI.
Oh, that's a great example from the text.
Right. They're building new frameworks, deploying models. But on their resume, it's still going to just look like 5 years of legacy Java development because of how rigid the format is.
Or like a marketer, You've got one marketer using all these crazy new AI workflows, doing the work of 3 people, but on paper, they look completely identical to someone stuck in 2022.
Totally identical job titles.
Yeah. Right. It's like trying to understand someone's fitness journey by looking at a single photograph from 3 years ago. Like, sure, the picture's accurate to that exact day, but it's completely disconnected from their reality right now.
What's fascinating here is that stark division between history and potential. The resume is history, but companies desperately need visibility into potential.
Because things are moving too fast.
Exactly. If they hire based on what you did 3 years ago, that's an enormous risk. They need to know what you could do 3 months from now.
So, okay, if the resume is this inadequate piece of paper, why is getting hired causing so much friction? I mean, everyone is talking about using AI to beat the ATS. It feels like we're just blaming the machines.
Oh, we are. The ATS actually isn't the villain here. The parsing software isn't the problem. The problem is that we are feeding intelligent systems terrible static data.
Oh, garbage in, garbage out.
Precisely. The text has this great analogy. Imagine asking Netflix to recommend a movie, but it's only allowed to look at the last 5 films you watched in your entire life.
Oh, wow, that would be terrible.
Right. Or Spotify making a playlist based only on what you listened to 5 years ago. The algorithm isn't broken, but the recommendation is going to be incredibly stale.
It totally fails to capture your current taste. So we're basically feeding 5-year-old musical tastes to the hiring algorithm.
Exactly. And the text highlights a perfect scenario to show why this fails. The tale of 2 data analysts.
Ah, yes. Candidate A and Candidate B both graduated in 2022, both doing basic SQL and Excel dashboards.
Right. But over the last year, candidate A learns Python, moves to Power BI, starts doing case interviews every weekend, and studies AI tools.
They are putting in the work.
Incredible velocity, right? Meanwhile, candidate B just does the same tasks they did on day one. They've totally plateaued.
But wait, if I'm a recruiter just skimming for 6 seconds and looking at their degrees and titles, their resumes would look practically identical. They both just say data analyst 2022 to present. So how is candidate A supposed to stand out?
They can't. That is the fatal flaw. A static PDF cannot communicate momentum. and momentum is the new currency of the job market.
So the system is just completely blind to momentum.
Yes, the ATS is blind because that momentum is trapped behind timestamped job titles.
Wow. Okay, so the PDF is a fossil. So if this whole system is crumbling, what's the fix? The text mentions borrowing a concept from heavy industry, right? The professional digital twin.
This is such a massive shift. So in manufacturing or aerospace, before they build, say, a huge wind turbine or an aircraft engine, they build a digital version of it.
Like a 3D model.
Much more than that. It's tethered to the real thing. It constantly updates with real-time data, wind resistance, temperature, so engineers can predict weaknesses and track its evolution before anything actually breaks.
Oh, that makes sense.
And now, careers demand that exact same treatment. The WEF, the World Economic Forum, points out this crazy paradox. Millions of workers need reskilling, and millions of people are looking for jobs.
Right.
But at the same time, millions of jobs can't find qualified people. It looks like a talent gap, but it's actually a visibility gap.
So what does this all mean? I mean, this means the fundamental question of the job market is shifting from what job did you have to what are you becoming?
I completely agree. A digital twin isn't just where you sat for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
It tracks your verified skills, your current strengths, and your learning velocity.
Yeah.
And then it compares all of that against real-time market expectations.
Okay, this sounds amazing in theory, a living capability profile. But practically, I mean, I'll be honest, if I have to maintain a digital twin, that sounds like a second unpaid job.
Yeah, nobody wants more admin work.
Right. Am I supposed to log in and update it every time I watch a YouTube tutorial? How does this work without totally overwhelming you? The sources talk about a specific platform called SkillDrift.
Yeah, app.skilldrift.ai. And they've designed it specifically to remove that friction. You don't start from scratch. You actually just upload your existing resume to generate the initial digital twin.
Oh, okay. So the old PDF is just the baseline.
Exactly. Then the platform benchmarks your skills against actual market demand. It finds your specific capability gaps.
And then what? It just tells you you're unqualified.
No, it delivers hyper-personalized, just-in-time learning. They call them skill sprints. When you complete these micro-modules, the system automatically recalculates your job readiness and your match scores in real time.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because I know people listening are probably feeling anxious about the phrase continuous learning. We're all drowning in info overload.
It sounds exhausting on the surface.
Yeah, but the text uses this GPS analogy that I just love. SkillDrift isn't this endless college course catalog throwing every possible route at you.
Right, think about your car's GPS. It doesn't shout every single turn for the next 300 miles before you even start the car.
Exactly. It just gives you the very next turn exactly when you need it. In 500 feet, turn left. SkillDrift surfaces the exact micro skill you need next to improve your market readiness.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this continuous feedback loop means you never have to guess what recruiters want anymore. You just don't.
Because the story's writing itself.
Exactly. Your career story writes itself through verified evidence of your ability to adapt and grow. The twin evolves autonomously because you evolved.
That is just wow. It's such a shift from passively documenting history to actively optimizing your trajectory.
It really is.
So, to kind of summarize the ultimate takeaway for you listening today, the traditional resume might not disappear tomorrow. You'll still have to attach a PDF to an email occasionally.
Unfortunately, yes.
But it is now merely the starting point. It's not the destination anymore. Your competitive advantage is no longer a perfectly formatted piece of paper. It's your continuous evolution.
And that's really the final thought here. Your traditional resume tells employers where you've been. But a professional digital twin? That shows them where you're going.
Yeah.
And in this economy, where you're going is the only metric that matters.
I love that. And I want to leave you, the listener, with a final, slightly provocative thought on all this. If our digital twins are out there, constantly recalculating our job readiness in real time as we learn, I mean, we might be moving toward a world where you don't even apply for jobs anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What if one day the perfect job just finds you because your digital twin proved you were ready for it before you even realized it yourself? Are we ready for an algorithm to know our potential better than we do?
That is something to think about.
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep adapting, keep evolving, and we'll catch you next time.